Good, everybody. It's just your neighborhood angler, MoneyBass, back once again for a thing we call Bass for Cash. Want to give a big shout out for everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. We got to get the likes up to get the bites up. Now, not sure. Maybe we got about 3 hours, 3 hours or so on the shot clock today. Let's do a quick rundown. Of course, you guys know we will be starting off with a shaky head. We got a top water bait. We have another top water bait. We have this Bill swim bait. Let me just show you guys this real quick. So yeah, so this right here is a nice fun bite. You throw this out there and come burning it across the water. It's kind of like a wake bait type of thing. You can let it sink down if you want, but we'll be throwing this on let's take a look, guys. 7'6" medium heavy casting setup. And of course, you know, I have it on this 13 fishing reel. This is an 8-gear ratio reel right here, peoples. So if I need to burn it across there, you know, when those fish start schooling, that's what I'll do. But there we go. So that's the rundown on that side. This is normally the action side. Let's switch over here to the other side where you'll see just a full lineup of spinning reels. We have a minnow bait. We have a wacky worm. We have a spy bait over here. That's what that is. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get out here and get to it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in on this Friday. Remember, all that you have to do on your end is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, guess the weight of the fish, and bam, just like that, you can walk away with some cash for your pocket. Now, it doesn't cost anything to participate. Subscribing is free. All you have to do is tap, double tap the screen, and that's it, people. All right, let's go ahead and get it rolling. Let's get some things rolling. We're gonna head over to the first spot. We got Blasted in the chat. We got Patricia. She says, another day looking for a skunk. Oh, Patricia. Say it ain't so, Patricia. All right, so let's see. Today, we are going to run straight back to some creeks. I think that's what we'll do today. We have a little bit more wind on the water. We have a little bit more ripple out here. We have kind of like overcast. The sun isn't really out, but it is a beautiful day today. All right, guys, let's go ahead and roll out. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in. Time for some action. All right, guys, how are we looking on the likes? We're just getting started. For anybody that is just tuning in, welcome to the channel. If you are new, type the word new in the chat. I always like to see if we have any new people tuning in. Hopefully we can run up on a top water bite at some point today and see how that works out for us. Let's move this over here to the smooth and groove side over here. Generally, I try to keep my worms or anything that runs, that I fish a little bit slower over on this side and keep that other area reserved for anything I need to pick up real quick, just in case I see any top water explosions, things like that going on. All right, so who do we have in the chat? Patricia says we want to spot a potamus. We got Barry Celestine back in the chat. Good to see you. Said I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, Cody? Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in. Phil says, I hate to admit it, but that Starlink works pretty good. Okay, I mean, it seems like it's, you know, it has its ups and downs a little bit. For the most part, it seems like everything's working pretty good with it. And speaking of that, let me just check something real quick. Errol says, hey, Money, I am at the damn 1920 hours here waiting for the morning to do bass fishing. Nothing yet. Okay. We got Chemistry in the chat. Says, any fish yet? No, sir. We haven't even made the first cast for the day. What's going on, Mike? I see Mike in the chat. We got Soul in the chat. Patricia says she is new. I doubt that, Patricia. You've been in here giving me a hard time plenty of days. Good to have everybody back in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and get some of this stuff set up. And so I wanted to start with the, hopefully we'll see some suspended fish today. I took my jerk bait off and put a fluke on here. We're just gonna take a second and get everything lined up. So this is my wacky setup. I had to run to the store to get some different hooks yesterday. So we'll change that out at some point today. And what is this right here? That's my minnow. So what I'll do, just so I can have a better idea when I reach down for what I need to grab, we'll keep this minnow bait in spot number 2. Right there. That's where that minnow bait will go. All right, so let's see. I'm thinking that today we may see some suspended fish. We have kind of like a overcast day. You guys see that? So we're gonna get out here and see what we can see. Small Water Charger says, hello from Okeechobee. I saw you tag me in a video. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I saw you flying, or at the beginning of the video, flying through the canals or something like that, heading to your spot to catch some of those fish. Parker says, what are you throwing right now, what I have in my hand? We're gonna start off throwing a spy bait. We'll see if they follow it today or if they wanna go ahead and take a bite. Hopefully they'll wanna take a bite of it today, but we'll see, guys. You know, they're kind of finicky sometimes. Let me see, is my line wrapped around the... I might have to retie that. If the line is wrapped around the prop, it's not gonna act right. Maybe that's why they didn't bite it when I was throwing it the last time. All right, yeah, let's just go ahead and take some time and retie that, because I can see that the line is wrapped around the prop. And luckily, yesterday I told you guys I had a delivery schedule, and that delivery was my scissors, because the ones that I had, they were pretty dull. They weren't really cutting the braid the way that I wanted. Man, I'm kind of fidgety out here today. Every time I hear a splash, I'm thinking that those fish are hitting on top. So we're gonna hit this with a polymer knot real quick. So yeah, I think part of the issue is that the line was actually wrapped on this prop on the front of this. So we're just gonna retie it, put a nice polymer knot on here. Did I make it too short? Let's see. We got it. Get around that hook. Get around that other hook. These hooks are sticky. These things are getting stuck in my finger. All right, there we go. Got a nice polymer knot. All right, there we go. Knot is good. Cut that tag end off and put that in the trash can. All right, so these right here, no longer need those, so I'll toss those later. All right, so there we go. That's what we're gonna start off with. All right, let's ease on back up here. All right, Errol says, let me see, about 4.5 kilometers wide. Okay. We got chemistry shouting out Blaster in the chat. Ellis says, what's up? Just got on. Well, hey, I haven't even made the first cast yet. We're just getting here. We're just getting started for the day. And you know the routine. We're going to be out here for a good time, not a long time. I'm not sure how much time we'll put on the shot clock today. I just kind of feel it out first to see how everything is looking. So we're going to count that down to about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to slow reel this back. Going to reel that slack in, pop it, and now we're just going to slow reel it and see if we can get some action. See, oh my goodness, man. These fish are out here today. The fish are out here, but we're going to see if they want to play today or if they're going to try to hurt my feelings again. What's going on, BMD? Anything in the box? No, sir. This was my very first cast. We're just getting started. So if you are just tuning in, all that you have missed is one cast so far. We got Chris Broom. He says, let's go. Love from Canada. Appreciate that. Barry says he had all-day topwater bites. Okay, well, hey, topwater bites are always a good thing. Ooh, okay, guys. I think we're in business. Let's see, what is this over here? I think we might be in business, guys. Oh, man. All right, we're going to make something happen today. All right, that is cast number 2. So for anybody that is just tuning in, we are just getting started. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way in because the likes are looking kind of ugly. If you have already hit the like button for me, type the word like in the chat. Type the word like in the chat. I always like to see who's participating, who's spectating, and who's participating. So we're starting off out here on a point. With this overcast, I can see that we have a bunch of fish that are just kind of roaming around. Oh, Phil said he hit the unlike button. That'll work. That'll work. Hit the like or the unlike. All right, appreciate that. Who's hitting the like button for? We got Errol. Errol said he hit the like button. We got BMD, Parker, Spot Snatcher back in the chat. Mike hit that like button. I know Phil hit that like button. All right, appreciate the participation, guys. If you have not hit the like button, all you have to do is just double tap your screen. It doesn't cost a thing to double tap your screen. So we're going to play around with the minnow bait for just a minute, but eventually we're going to work our way back into some of the coves and things where I had planned on going before, but we kind of ran out of time. But who knows what the day will bring. Spot Snatcher said, Phil, hit that like button. Shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. It is that time of season, guys, when you need your indoor, well, not indoor, your residential or commercial lawn care needs taken care of. Make sure you keep SWAT Lawn Operations in mind. What's going on, Big Rob? Big Rob said, let's do it. He said, let's go, fellas. All right, so does anybody put yes in the chat if you remember the topic that we had the other day where somebody had taught their nephew how to ride a bike, and the brother-in-law, which was the father of the nephew, was upset because they wanted to teach the son how to ride the bike. Does anybody remember that discussion that we had the other day? Put yes in the chat if you remember that discussion, because we have another one. We have another hot topic that we'll be discussing today. And it kind of involves a similar situation. So I want to know what you guys are going to say. Phil says he remembers. 250 says, what you got tied on this morning? Right now, I mean, I went through the lineup, but we have, right now, just throwing that minnow bait because I was seeing some suspended fish and some fish out here just kind of roaming around, but I'm not getting those fish to participate in what we have planned for the day. So we're going to put this down for a second. And before we pack up and run to another spot, you know I got to throw my shaky head out here real quick because sometimes these fish are out here hiding on the bottom. Let's go ahead and see if we can make that happen. All right, Parker said yes. Parker remembers that conversation. So we have another one that's going to be coming up today. All right, let's hit spotlight. All right, so for today's conversation, let me see how this was worded, guys. Let me think. How was this worded? Because I want to get it right. All right, so what we have is a situation where there's a nice young lady. Nice young lady. She was raised good. She was raised right. She is 18 years old. 18 years old. She still lives at home. She hasn't quite left for college yet. All right. And this young 18-year-old lady, she has somebody that is interested in her. So she's been kind of talking to this person. Now, the mom is aware of the person, doesn't really like him that much, but she doesn't really know much about him, but she just doesn't have good feelings about him. And of course, she doesn't want the daughter to have anything to do with him. But guess what? As you all know, the daughter is kind of going ahead and, kind of dating him anyways, without the mom knowing. But guess who knows? Guess who knows? The aunt knows. So the mom's sister knows that the daughter is dating because the daughter went to her aunt in confidence and told her about the situation. Now the aunt is stuck in a tough situation because she does not want to lose the confidence of her niece. But obviously, if she goes and tells the mom and the mom flips out, the daughter is going to know that her aunt ratted her out, right? So what do you guys think the aunt should do? Now, the aunt has known for about 2 weeks. The aunt has known for about 2 weeks. And so she is trying to determine what she should do. Should she step in and let the mom know about the situation? Or when things come out, what if the mom finds out and knows that her sister knew about it and didn't tell her anything? So this is the aunt that wants to know, what do you guys think that she should do? What do you think that she should do? All right, so I want you guys to type a 1 in the chat if you can still hear me and see me okay, and if you heard the dilemma. So that is today's dilemma. Drop a 1 in the chat if you heard everything clear. Drop a 1 in the chat. Okay, shout out to Blastard. He put it in there. Okay, so you guys heard it. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Uh-oh. 250 said, where's Dad? Where do you think Dad is? Dad is not there. All right. Shout out to Parker. Parker says, I'm a fan. Appreciate you for tuning in. All right, so let's see. What are you guys saying so far? Ryan says, where are you fishing? I'm fishing on Lake Lanier right now. We're on Lake Lanier, Georgia. Susie 250 said, where's Dad? Dad is not in the picture. Dad is not in the picture. Dottie, shouting out Blasted. Okay, let's see who else we have in here. Phil says, the aunt should tell the mother that she needs to follow her daughter and see what's going on because that girl needs to go to college and get an education. 250 said, tell her dad. But the dad, I don't think the dad is involved. She didn't say anything to me about the dad, all right? Blaster said it's a sticky situation. We got Manuel in the chat. Manuel says, have you caught anything? Not yet, sir. We just started. We just got started today. I think we've been out here, what, guys? Maybe about 15 minutes or so. Not at all. So we haven't had any bites, any missed fish or anything like that. We're getting started. We're just laying down the topic question today. All right. City Man says, hello, everyone. We got D Worthy. She needs to have her niece tell her mom before this goes any further. City Man said, let's catch a biggin. All right. So you're saying that the aunt should just go ahead and tell the mom. All right. So if the aunt tells the mom, what do you think that's going to do to the relationship with the niece and the aunt? All right, Dottie says, everyone has to live and learn from their mistakes. All right, so what are you saying? What is your advice to the aunt? Dottie, what is your advice to the aunt? And that's what I want to see in the chat. What would you guys tell the aunt to do? So D Worthy says, hey, you need to go ahead. She needs to go ahead and tell her sister, tell the mom about what she knows. And let everything fall where it falls. If the niece gets upset and no longer wants to give her information about what's going on in her life, just deal with it. Oh, my goodness, guys. 250 said, 250 said, everyone has to live and learn from their mistakes. All right, so what are you saying? What is your advice to the aunt? Dottie, what is your advice to the aunt? And that's what I want to see in the chat. What would you guys tell the aunt to do? So D Worthy says, hey, you need to go ahead. She needs to go ahead and tell the mom about what she knows. And let everything fall where it falls. If the niece gets upset and no longer wants to give her information about what's going on in her life, just deal with it. Oh, my goodness, guys. right, well, I see some activity. We just have to figure out how to get these things to bite today. So today's gonna be the day. Today some things are gonna happen. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Dottie said, mind her business. Okay, so you're saying the aunt knowing the information, she shouldn't say anything one way or the other. 250 says her mom should be like my wife. My wife was all up in my daughter's business like the FBI. So what is the advice to the aunt? That is what we're trying to see. The aunt is the one asking the question. What do you guys think she should do? We got Wildheart said, auntie should tell the niece to tell her mom. But obviously the niece is not going to tell her mom. The niece does not want to tell her mom because she already has a feeling that the mom is definitely going to have an issue. Remember, she is 18. The guy is 23. The mom does not know much about the guy, but she's heard of him and she does not like this guy. But the daughter is talking to him anyways. The daughter still lives at home and she confided in her aunt about the situation. Blaster says, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Phil is right. Uh-oh. But the aunt should let the mom know you didn't hear this from me so I don't lose that relationship with the daughter. But remember, the mom is not that quiet, laid back type person. She is going to flip out when she hears it. So the daughter is pretty much going to know that the aunt told. So trying to do it without, and trying to keep the peace between the daughter and the aunt is not going to work if that's what you're trying to avoid. But some of you may say, well, hey, she just needs to tell her anyway. Phil says the aunt should tell the niece that she needs to stop seeing this guy and tell the mother what's going on because she's going to end up getting pregnant and not going to school. All right, Phil said, hey, you need to think about your life. What kind of plans do you have for yourself? All right, so we have some wind out here, guys. I took the jerk bait off yesterday thinking that we'd be able to work this fluke. Oh, my God, they're schooling. That's what we've been waiting for, guys. Oh, my goodness. Whoo! It is time. It is time. It is time. They're schooling, guys. They're schooling. I know you guys didn't see it. I just heard the explosion. I don't know if I can cast this one far enough, though. Let me take a practice cast and just see how far that goes. No, that is definitely not going to go far enough. I need to put some, I need to re-spool this, see how much line is missing out of there from all the times I've had to retie it. So today I need to make a trip and get some 12-pound mono filament is what I'm going to be throwing on this topwater bait. All right, so I can't throw that far enough. Let me try this one right here. See if I can throw this one. Now, this one should go. Anybody know how far a country mile is? Yep, now that one will go far enough. All right, so we're gonna put this the jerk bait on here, and we're gonna have this top water ready. So for now, I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way and put this to the back. Over here, guys, you see I just have 2 rods over there. I try to keep it simple. So if those fish start schooling and coming up and I have to reach down to grab something real quick, it doesn't, my rods don't get all tangled up and everything all in the way. So let's get this net up. Because we're gonna need it today. Remember, this thing we call Bass for Cash, all that you have to do is subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything to participate. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and introduce yourself. Just type new in the chat so we can see. I always like to see who we have tuning in, who's checking out the channel. Make sure we're getting some good feedback and everything. All right, so we're gonna tie a quick polymer knot on here, but actually let me get this other line out of the way first. All right, so we're gonna hit this with a quick polymer knot. So I'm seeing fish out here suspended, and they're actually suspending a little closer to the surface now, to where top water may actually be effective today. And you guys know how I like showing you that top water bite. You guys actually see the explosion, see the fish coming up on top and everything, kind of like the sharks coming up and attacking those seals. So if anybody's new to the channel, you haven't seen it before, top water season is on its way. So I'm putting this jerk bait on here. So this is a +1 jerk bait. Can't remember how deep it goes though. Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember how deep +1 jerk bait goes? I think it's like 15 feet or something like that, right? All right, so all we're doing is looking for these fish out here now, guys. All right, so we're gonna reel it down, and now we're just gonna fish it back. Now catching these larger size fish on these jerk, oh my goodness, and they're following it, guys. They're following it. Oh, but they didn't take it. Didn't take it, so it's another one of those days. All right, let's find one more school of fish and see if we can get those to hit it. Patricia said, you waste a lot of time trying stuff. Because it's fun, Patricia. It's part of the game. It's part of the fun of fishing, right? Gotta try some new things. All right, so Patricia, what do you think I should throw? It sounds like you're thinking I should stop playing around and trying these different baits and stuff like that. What is it that you think I should throw, Patricia? Talk to me. Man, they're on it, Patricia. They're just not hitting it, though. All right, let's take an... All right, what does Brandon say? Brandon says, what are your thoughts on live scope? Be more specific. Do I think it works? Do I think it costs too much? Do I think it doesn't cost enough? Like, what is your specific question? What are my thoughts on scope? I mean, I think it works. I think you can catch some fish with it. I think it does exactly as advertised. So it helps you see the fish. Now you can track your baits with the fish. And so basically, I did have Humminbird. I just switched over to live scope last week. Wanted to try something different and see how that works out. But switching at this time of year, it doesn't really do the system justice because this is pollen season. It's pollen season right now. So you're gonna get a lot of graininess on the screen and stuff like that. All right, let's just take another cast out there with this jerk bait. So we're able to get the fish to follow it today, but they're not committing to it. Brandon says, do you catch a lot more fish and do you think it should stay legal? So yeah, I think it should stay legal. Do I catch a lot more fish? I'm trying to think. I don't know if I catch a lot more fish with it or not. I mean, to me, it definitely makes it easier. So I guess the direct answer to that, I don't know. I would just say yes. Let's just say yes, because it does help you see the fish, so that whenever you're making these casts, like I'm making these casts right now, I'm casting to an area where I actually see the fish are at, as opposed to just kind of blind casting. But if I didn't have it, I probably would not spend as much time in one spot as I do, just depending on what my goal is for that day. Blaster says, and that pollen ain't no joke. Yeah, that pollen will kind of put a monkey wrench in your plans. All right, so these fish don't want that action today. So we're gonna go ahead and run to another spot. But before we do, I'm about to hop in the chat, guys. So I'm looking to see what is the advice to the aunt that knows about the 18-year-old dating a 23-year-old. She has not left the college yet, if she decides to leave the college, and the mom does not know, but the aunt does. All right. So we're gonna head out that away. All right, let's hop in the chat real quick and see what you guys are saying. All right, so where were we at? What are you guys talking about? My name is Texas Noop, and I'm addicted to bass fishing. Dottie says he could be a good guy for her, just my opinion only. 250 says the aunt should hint to her mother that she should look closely at her daughter's activities. Dottie said, what makes mom automatically correct about the guy, fellas? Dottie says the auntie trust will be broken if she talk. Broken will be forever broken if she talks. All right, let's see. Anybody else have anything before we take off and go to the next one? Brandon said, I've been lied to. He says, you mean you don't need 117 rods to catch fish? Nope. But having all these extra rods, you see all these rods I have on the deck right now? It's just fun. it's just fun. A lot of times I'll have all these rods on the deck, and then I end up catching the fish on either one or two baits for the day. But sometimes you just have to cycle through. You just have to cycle through a bunch of different baits. Or you may decide to come out to the lake and like, you know what? I want to catch them on a crankbait today. If you stick to throwing that crankbait, more than likely you'll eventually catch something anyways. We got Dirk back in the chat. Dirk says, fish the point. Brandon says, I get it. I haven't decided to get it yet. I feel like finding the fish is part of the sport, but at the same time, when I'm fishing, I want to catch. So yeah, I mean, some people go out and they fish for crappie. Some people fish for bass, brim. Some people fish for catfish. Some people use chicken livers. I mean, there's all types of things. Some people go out and fish with a cast net. I don't know what type of fish you're supposed to be catching when you do that, but there's people who do that. So people find fun in a lot of different ways. So when you try to restrict what somebody else can do just because you don't like fishing that way or something like that, do you think that's right? Because what if somebody told you that the way that you like to fish, you can't do that? So for me, you want to kind of keep that in mind. Now, if you're talking about tournaments and rules and stuff like that, then that's a different story. We could talk about that too. All right, let's roll, guys. All right, so I think a lot of you have already put your put in the chat what you would suggest. So in the chat, this is the question. Well, first, guys, I need you to drop a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure you guys can still hear me, see me, everything's looking good. We just pulled up on another little area that we're going to check out. And we're still on the hunt for some spotted bass for the day, so we can do this thing called Bass for Cash. All right, appreciate that, Dottie. I need 2 more people to drop a 1 in the chat, just to make sure you guys can hear me all right. All right, appreciate that. We got, what is that? Oh, Stan. Got Stan. We got Brandon, Texas Newt. We got Squiggly Lines, says we're healthy. Shout out to Big Rob. All right, so if you think the aunt should tell the mom, period, no questions asked, she should tell the mom, put yes in the chat. Put yes if the aunt should tell the mom. What's going on, Carson? Appreciate that, Patricia. All right, so Jura says yes twice. If you think the aunt should tell the mom, put yes in the chat. Let's just make one cast here and keep on moving. All right, Carson says yes. All right, Jura, you put yes in there a bunch of times. All right, Patricia says yes. Cal Moo says yes. All right, I don't see any no's in here. So everybody thinks that the aunt should tell the mom. Patricia said tattletale. She should be a tattletale. Okay, so I'm not seeing the activity that I want to see out here. So we're gonna roll again, guys. Let's just go this way and check shallow. And I'm just kind of throwing this this jerk bait around right now. All right, Phil, you may be a little behind, so see if you can just go off and just come back on so that you can catch up to where we're at. Stan says they all nosy. That said, yes. Blessed said, go ahead and roll out like Luda. Dottie agrees with Stan. Stan said they all nosy, so yes. Go ahead and tell it all. Oh my goodness. Patricia said, plan a baby shower. All right, Derry said yes. So I guess there's nobody in here that's saying that the aunt should not tell. Is there anybody that thinks the aunt should not tell? Is there anybody that thinks the aunt... Let's go ahead and take this plastic off of here. Is there anybody that thinks the aunt should not tell? Dottie said me. What do you mean me? Are you saying the aunt should not tell? You said that the aunt should tell. So from what I've seen, everybody in the chat says that the aunt should tell. All right, let's go back and fish some way back in these coves now, guys. All right, let's move again. Dottie says, no, I didn't. I said she should mind her business. Okay, so Dottie, so we have one person that says no, the aunt should not tell. Do we have any other no's? Or is Dottie standing alone saying mind her business? All right, we're gonna roll. I guess you guys need some more time to think about it. Chef Boy says 3 to the boat. No, sir, we don't have any to the boat yet. I don't think we've really been out here that long, maybe about 30 minutes or something like that, I think. I'm not really sure. You know I lose track of time. All right, Chef Boy says, what's the topic? All right, can somebody write the topic in the chat while I'm running to the next spot? And once I get there, I'll recap it again, all right? But somebody let Chef Boy know what the topic is today. All right, let's try this little point over here, guys. We're gonna slow things down a little bit. Shout out to Bo Yen. He says, where's my money? He said, where's my money? Bo Yen says, I'm here for the loot today. He said, Chef Boy should have been here on time so he wouldn't know what it's about. All right, Patricia says, put it on the uncle and let him tell. Oh, my goodness. Dottie said, that's a lot to type. All right, as soon as we stop at this, so we're just gonna ease around here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to this other point and we're gonna fish these, yeah, we'll fish those docks right there. We'll fish these docks and then fish on around, because we got a bunch of rocks and stuff over there too, so we'll see. I need to tie my shaky head back on so we can get that ready. Maskoff said, I'm out here, where you at? I'll send you a drop pin, Maskoff. What ramp did you put in at, Maskoff? Shout out to Maskoff, out here rolling in the Ranger. Boyan says they're not on the docks. So you want me to just skip the docks? I'll just go straight to the point. I'll go in today, guys. Let's see what he says. He said, just skip those docks, partner. He said, don't waste your time. All right, Boyan, the people want some cash for some of these bass. So where should I go, Boyan? Where should I go? Where are they biting at? I think you were out here the other day. I think you said you caught some. Oh, we're doing a quick retie. Boyan says he went offline. He said he didn't want to give us that money. Remember, guys, I can't see what you're seeing. So the only way I'll know if it's something like that, you have to let me know in the chat. And then that way I can reset. So yeah, if you notice that you guys can't see or hear me, always give me feedback. All right, we're about to put a stank on it, because we're gonna slow up with a shaky head for a little bit and fish these rocks. So Spot Snatcher, are you still out here snatching them on a shaky head, or has that bite slowed down for you? All right, are we back? Are we live? Are we live, guys? All right, so I was able to get one. Did you guys actually see the hook set or see any of that fight? So that one actually pulled me down into that tree. But actually, let's go ahead and measure this one real quick. So I think this one is gonna barely skirt by and be a 14 incher. So remember, for Bass for Cash, they just need to be 14 inches. All right, are we back again? I may just have to leave from this area, guys. We just got one to the boat, but if it's not gonna be worth it, we may have to leave. All right, drop a 1 in the chat for me if you guys can hear me. If you can hear and see me again, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat. So I don't know, I'm kind of in a dead zone. Dottie said, how long was it? It was 14 and a half. It was 14 and a half, Dottie. Blaster says, MoneyBass, put some aluminum foil on that satellite. Maybe I need an aluminum foil hat on. Is that what I need? All right, everybody, if you could go ahead and drop a 1 back in the chat for me again. I want to make sure you guys can hear me and see me okay. All right, so we got 1 in the boat. So who knows how much that fish in the live well is worth? Chef Boy said, now catch me up on the story. Chef Boy said, I want to know the details. Who done it? All right, we'll get on it in just a second. But who knows how much that fish in the live well is worth? I want to see if you guys are keeping up with this cash for these bass. Because there's some bonus money at play right now. Somebody can walk away with a little decent payout today for the weekend. Somebody, anybody, does anybody know? How much cash is up for grabs? Man, it's too bad you guys didn't see the fight with that fish that I got. I mean, it's not a real big one. I mean, it's big enough for Bass for Cash, but it actually pulled me down and wrapped me up in those in that laydown that I showed you guys I was about to fish. All right, let's see. Patricia says 120. That is incorrect. Carson says 100. That is incorrect. Just for that one fish. We're just talking about that one fish, not the total payout. Blaster says 20 from SWAT and 20 from. No, sir. That is not correct either. Is Spot Snatcher in the chat? Spot Snatcher should know how much is in the payout for that fish right there. All right, so you guys see this? We got some rocks on the bank. We got some laydowns coming into the water, and then we have some docks at the end. So we're gonna fish all of this right here. All right, guys, are we back again? Are we back? We got Slava in the chat. Zelensky says, what's up from Germany? Guten Tag. Guten Tag. We got Germany in the chat. We worldwide, guys. I told you we were worldwide. You guys didn't want to believe it. All right, now look. I really, really, really want to fish this area right here. But you guys see these trees? I think they're kind of put me in an area where the reception is not good at all. Try to ease through here. Hopefully, we can stay on because I think we'll catch something through here if we can. I mean, if we can stay on, I'm pretty sure we'll catch something down through here. Patricia said, throw that walking bait. You mean to throw a top water out through there over those laydowns first, Patricia? Is that what you're saying? See if the fish will come up and get it. All right. So go. We have this Seville swim bait. It swims just below the surface. So that's a Seville swim bait. This is option one. Option one. And then this right here is a top water bait. It just comes across the top, makes a little bit of disturbance across the top, but kind of acts like a bait fish trying to get away. Patricia said Colonel Clink is in the house. We got Carson. What's going on, Carson? So option one, or this is option two. Which one do you guys want to see? Which bait should I use? Shipper says, we're not back. You are in and out like Mr. Marcus. Georgia Dog says, throw that Seville. Spot Snatcher says option three. All right, Patricia says option two. So Patricia was wanting me to throw this little top water thing. So we'll throw that for just a second. There's a bird right over there on the bank too. We'll throw this little top water out there a little bit. We're just gonna fan cast it. All right, Patricia, I'm gonna make 3 more casts with this top water bait. 3 more casts for Patricia. All right, that's 1. Spot Snatcher, you are correct. All right, there's 2. Patricia said, do it. All right, let's put 3 right over here across the top of this lay down over there. Is that 3? I think that's 3. 2 more casts, Patricia. Let's do that one over there. You guys see all these laydowns coming into the water? It has to be a fish over there somewhere. All right, and here's 5, Patricia. Put that one all the way up there close to the bank and bring it on out. Spot Snatcher says he's had mixed results on it. All right, so we leave this one ready for action just in case we start seeing some fish come and hit on top. All right, we're gonna go back and switch back to the shaky head and fish right down the sides of these laydowns. So that's where I caught that last fish from, guys. Patricia said you fishing it too fast. Patricia, there's no way to fish a top water bait too fast on Lanier. Have you seen these spotted bass in action? And remember, that's a fast sinking bait. It doesn't float. So if I slow it down too slow, it's just gonna sink anyways. We got the Ginger Bass Fisher back in the chat. Says, what's up, money? How are you? Just on break at work and saw you on. Oh, yeah, we're out here making some things happen. We got 1 fish to the boat already. Has anybody seen the DQ queen. Because if she's in the chat, if the DQ queen is in the chat, you might be able to weigh this fish before you go back from your lunch break. See if you can make you some weekend cash. Nobody was able to determine how much cash is in the pot. Spot Snatcher's in the chat. Spot Snatcher, you should know. How much is up for grabs right now on this fish that we have in the live well? Spot Snatcher said he's right. There is no too fast. Shout out to Chef Boy. Chef Boy, how did you know that? Chef Boy knew the answer, but how did you know that, Chef Boy? When everybody else was getting it wrong, how did you know? What's going on? We got Andrew back in the chat. We got Radio Nut back in the chat. Blaster said, yes, how did you know that? All right, so we're gonna fish on around this little pocket right here. Go and fish that dock. Then we're gonna crank up and go and run and fish these row of rocks back here. Boyan said, you're back. Yes, sir. I'm always back. Anytime I lose, yeah, I was just in a dead area. So I was right next to all of these trees. So it kind of cut out the reception, but we back. So Boyan, if you send me a message, I'll reply back and send you a drop pin. But I think this is like the 4 Mile area, something like that. What's going on, Carson? Georgia Dog says Lake Lanier. That is correct. I'm out here on Lake Lanier, Georgia. We're on a spotted bass hunt. We got one in the boat. So somebody may win. Shout out to Spot Snatcher. Spot Snatcher put $40 in that pot for you guys. But Spot Snatcher also said, hey, if he wins it again, he said he's taking that loot. He said he's gonna take that loot. All right, Radio Nut says, show me the spotted bass. I'm not familiar with what they look like, but I know they look like a bass, but not the coloring. All right, I'll show it to you in just a second. All right, I'm not really seeing any activity over here, guys. We'll fish this dock real quick. See if anything's on this dock. It should be something on this dock, though, because this is a kind of like a lone wolf dock, the first dock coming into this cove. And generally, that is a high percentage situation. Blaster says, MoneyBass, you won that FishXLive raffle on your last first place finish tournament. What was that prize? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, when I won the FishXLive raffle, so that's basically for the Rod Bender's Bass Club. If anybody is looking for you want to get into tournament fishing, hang out with a nice group of guys, I am with the Rod Bender's Bass Club. So just go to rodbendersbassclub.com, or you can look us up on YouTube. On YouTube, it is the Rod Bender's Bass Club. All right, so go to therobinson-bass-club.com. But to answer your question, the raffle is for the pro staff. So the Robinson Bass Club, there's a real pro staff within the club itself, where they do marketing. Well, we do marketing and advertising for companies. And so that pro staff, with some of the funds that come in, we have a raffle every tournament for the pro staff. Well, not for the pro staff, but for everybody that registers through FishXLive. So you'll get $30. So you'll win a $30 cash prize. So it's just, just another something to show appreciation to the fellas in the club. Oh man, guys, I think one picked it up, but I was waiting to see if I could feel that tug just a little bit more before I set him. And I think he dropped it before I did. All right, we got something live out here at about 35 feet. Let's see what that is. Spot Snatcher says, I don't know. It's Good Friday and may give it back again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Patricia said bass with measles. Boyan says, I'm sending you a waypoint. That's just around the corner. A 1-minute run. Andrew says, what's everybody planning for Easter Sunday? Spotson says, they way too finicky down there. They ain't acting right. All right, we're going to make one more cast right down the side of this dock. Let's see if we got, okay, perfect. Ah, there we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's back it up. So I cast right down the side of that dock. I don't know if you guys can see the high-vis yellow line. We're just going to back up just a little bit and fish it. So if something's under that dock, it should go down there and grab it. All right, let's see. Spotson says, I've not had under 15 pounds above Brown's Bridge the last 4 trips. Patricia said the spots are spawning 6 to 12 feet. All right, let's run over there to this little rocky point right there because the current's coming around there. So there has to be something over there, right? Man, I need to start packing, leaving some snacks on my boat. Oh yeah, Boyan. So that's exactly where I'm heading to. So I'm gonna hit this point right here. Then I'm gonna hit a point on the other side in the area that you just referred to. I'm gonna head right over there next, and then there's some other areas towards the back that I want to fish. But so here's another nice laydown, just like what I caught that last fish on. Let me just show you guys. Right here, can you guys see that? and it has a nice rocky point next to it. So that's where I just caught the last, well, not this one, but there was another one area pretty much similar to that. So I think we should catch something over there. I do. Nah, I don't want to cast right there. I can kind of see the direction of those logs, and I think that cast would get me hung up. There we go. Right on the front side of it. All right, Ginger says, hey, Money, can you show me the fish? I can make a guess and win. All right, I'll show you guys the fish in just a second. Boyan says, back of the pocket has a ledge with 3 feet of timber on it. I guarantee there's going to be a big fish around it. Ginger says he has 3 minutes to be back in. Uh-oh, Ginger. Well, you might have to catch the next fish after this one in, because I don't think the DQ Queen is in the chat yet. All right, we're sitting at about 26 feet of water. All right, so this point right here does look kind of promising. So we're gonna kind of slow down a little bit and just look around. Ginger says I gotta be back in 3 minutes. Blaster, do you want to try that? Ginger said make an extra guess for him. Do you want to try that, Blaster? What do you think about that? What do you think the DQ Queen will have to say about that? Patricia said, oh my goodness, we just got a nice little hit. Oh, it's a brim though, guys. Patricia says, I think you have a shaky head addiction. I like it. I likes it. Uh-oh. Man, don't you hate it? Those little brim will grab your bait. Oh, there we go. We got it. And pull you down into the rocks. Spot Sensor says, what else has he caught one on? Shaky head allows me to take it slow and get active in the comments. Ginger says, gotta go. Won't get off until 5. Who knows? We might still be out here at 5. If we're having a good time, I might just stay out here a little bit longer. We got 2K says, every time I tune in, you're dunking a worm. Do you ever throw any moving baits? It's a great day for top water or swim bait or jerk bait or spinner bait or whatever, anything besides a shaky head. All right, in the chat, what all baits have you seen me throwing today? What all have you guys seen me throwing today? Let's see if anybody in the chat has seen me throwing anything else other than shaky heads. Spot Snatcher says, not enough wind for any moving baits. Yes, we don't really have too much wind back here where I'm at. It was a little bit more wind out there on the main lake. Just a little bit, though. All right, Carson says Twin Bay. Boyan says just a shaky head is all he has seen. What's going on, Rena? We got Rena in the chat. All right, has anybody else seen, what baits have you guys seen me throw in the chat? $2K says not true. Spot 2K said he can make it happen. Okay, Carson said you saw. Spot said, what do I know? Carson says you saw me throw the swim bait. All right, anybody else see me throw anything else? Anybody else? Anybody? Shipper says he threw a thumb during the stream crash. What is a thumb? I haven't heard of that bait before. Patricia said, I saw a Timu topwater. Why does it have to be a Timu topwater? I don't know too much about Timu. All right, so a recap on what the topic was for the day. There's an 18-year-old. This is just a quick recap. An 18-year-old. She still lives at home. Hasn't gone off to college or anything yet. And there's a 23-year-old guy that's interested in her. The mom kind of knows of the guy but doesn't know him, but she definitely does not approve of the guy. The daughter has been seeing the guy. And she told her aunt. She told the mom's sister about it. So the aunt's question is, should she tell the mom? What should she do? Obviously, she tells the mom, then she will be betraying her trust that she has with the niece. So what do you think, Chef Boy? Should the aunt tell the mom? Dottie says she should mind her own business. A lot of people are saying, like, yeah, she should definitely tell. Dottie said, mind your own business. What's going on, Andrew? Boyan says, that's just too much drama. So what would you advise, Boyan? What would your suggestion be? Should the aunt tell the mom? Chef Boy says, oh, just go on and tell. Because if I'm in that situation, it's slap city. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Who's getting slapped? The mom, the aunt, or the daughter? Who's getting a slap? Boyan said, leave the kids alone. Carson said, my own business. Boyan said, she's going to do it anyway. Okay, so this is the question, though, Boyan. You know, and you know that the mom does not approve. So when it comes out, the mom may find out that her sister knew, and she is going to be upset with that sister for not coming and letting her know. So she wants to know, should she tell? Shipper said both the aunt and the daughter. Oh my goodness. Shipper said he handed out front hands and back hands. So Boyan said, yes, she should tell. All right. So it looks like, Dottie, you're the only one that's saying no so far. Terrence said yes. All right, we need some juice. Ivy says, MoneyBass, what did they do? I'm just getting to the scene. What's going on, Big Ivy, back in the chat? Patricia says, I'm 18 and I don't know what I want. Wait a minute, Patricia, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Patricia, are you saying that you yourself are really only 18? Shout out to Chef Boy. He says, Dottie, I'm just talking. Auntie definitely gonna get froze out either which way, but tell the moms, because if the daughter gets stuck with a baby, the mom's got to deal with it. Whoo. All right, so Dottie, you're still the Lone Ranger. Chef Boy says the niece will forgive the mom won't. Whoo, that's a tough one. Dottie says, there was 2 people in my family who had kids at 15 and both finished school and college, so everyone is not the same. Chef Boy said, Patricia is 18. I don't know. I'm waiting to see. Dottie is on their own. Dottie said her life experience is a little different. And that's the thing, guys. Everybody is not the same. That's what Dottie is saying. Everybody is not the same. To convince, and the daughter is not going to tell the mom. So we've already discussed that part. That's out of the question. The daughter is not going to do that. Spot Snatcher says, my wife had a baby at 18 while in the Marine Corps. Okay. Chef Boy said that mom might be on the news soon. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we're still on the hunt for these spotted bass, guys. So I've been taking things a little slow with a shaky head. All right, are we back? Are we back? Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I'm gonna put a little stank on it. We're gonna cut to the other side of this to this cove for a second. All right, so the question that I asked before we went off is she is 18 and he is 23. Is he too old to be dating her? That's the first question. Patricia says, welcome back, Carter. All right, so this is yes or no. Boyan says, yes, he is too old. So that is the question, guys. He is 18. He is 23. She is 18. Is he too old to be dating her? Just give us a yes or a no in the chat. Chef Boy says, I'm just trying to figure out how they met. All right, Fawn says no. Said he is not. Spot Snatcher says it all depends on the individual. Chef Boy says legally, no. James says no. So Boyan is the only yes so far. Fawn says if there's grass. Fawn, why? Why, Fawn? Why? Okay. All right, let's keep going. Anybody else? Anybody else have anything to add to that? Chef Boy, don't laugh at Fawn. Don't laugh at that. All right, anybody else have any input on it? You guys are getting kind of quiet on me. Any other input? Chef Boy says 5-year gap on an 18-year-old. How long have they known each other? Apparently, I would just assume they met when she was 18. They met since she's been 18 years old. Man, we got some calm waters back here, guys. Some calm waters. I'm trying to find like a ledge with some cover on it. Oh no, Chef Boy said he been sharking high schools. He said sound like has been sharking high schools. No. That is the issue. The only issue, they met since she was 18. She's 18. Has anybody seen Whipstick? Has anybody seen the DQ Queen yet? All right, let's go ahead and cut across. Chef Boy says, yeah, tell the mom. Because she don't know any better. 2K says, tell her mama if she wants to be grown, move out. Hoo-wee. A tough crowd. Y'all said get on up out of there. Chef Boy said, don't say y'all. Spot Sensor says, since when has telling a child you can't stop them? You guys see this little trick right here that I learned from Bo Yan? Look at that. Let's see if it got it loose. I don't think it did that time. I think I'm moving a little too fast. Yeah, right now I'm feeling like rocks and laydowns may be the ticket. Shipper says she definitely green though. College gonna see. Patricia said hit him with the buzz bait. We got Eddie tuning in. Boyan says just rocks. Just rocks. So yeah, that's where I've been catching them so far the past few times I've been out here. So you see how I'm on this bank with these rocks. There's some laydowns and stuff like that. So that's how I have been catching them. But it just seems like things have slowed down a little bit, or either a lot of bit. All right, that might be a money cash right there. Boyan says, you're in a largemouth kingdom right now. I pulled some serious ones from that area. You know, I'm trying to think if I think even when I fished over here, I still caught spots. All right, sitting in 26 feet of water. So I'm gonna fish it just a little bit farther, a little bit deeper. Oh my goodness, guys. Mmm. All right, let's get back over there. I think we had a little fishy that wanted to come out and play. Patricia said, catch something already. Spotson said, you need to lock through the Gainesville Marina area. What's going on? We got hooks on fishing in the chat. Drew said, using them straight hooks today. Yeah, we're trying to make something happen. All right, let's put a little stank on it. I need to tie my wacky hooks back on. I had ran out, so I had to put in an order and get some in. Chef Boy, you're still waiting on my answer. Should the aunt tell? I think the aunt should tell. That's what I think. Shout out to Roy, says, happy Good Friday to you and everyone today. What's going on, Rory? Good to see you. Hope all is going well for you today. Patricia says, when is the last time you caught a largemouth on Lanier? I'd have to look in FishXLive and see. Spot Snatcher says, caught 3 last Sunday. Oh, you guys wanted to see the fish too, right? Let me go ahead and show you the fish while we wait for the DQ Queen or Whipstick to join in. All right, you see it down there? It's not a super big one, but it's big enough for Bass for Cash. You see that? The fish on this lake have to be 14 inches to be a legal fish. This one's sitting at 14 and a half. So that's a 14 and a half inch spotted bass right there. We're sitting in 23 feet of water, and we're just kind of coasting down, just kind of drifting down, fishing these rocks. Then we have areas where we may have a lay down or something like that going into the water, which in a lot of cases would be kind of a higher percentage area. Spot Snatcher says he caught that 6 in February, right? So I caught a 6.44 pounder in February on Lanier. But I mean, I've caught some. I'm pretty sure I've caught some spots. I mean, some largemouth since then. I think I have. Can somebody look in FishXLive under my journal and just do a search for shoot, did I get caught as soon as the thing landed? No. All right, shout out to Boyan. Let's see if this trick works. I don't know if it's gonna work now because I think that thing landed right. Oh, look at that. Boyan, you still in the chat? Are you still in the chat? That little trick you taught me still comes in handy. We just got a brim hit. Hit me like a machine gun. Did you see me use your little line snap trick to get loose? Patricia said that fish sure did look lonely. And Drew said when you missed that one, you must have scared him off. Bullion said it always works. Goodness gracious. I don't know if that was a fish or not on that one, guys. I couldn't tell. But I still had to hit it with the chin check. I had to check that chin, because you never know what's on the other end. "2K says, Aunt should tell niece everything done in darkness comes to light. So either you tell her or I will. If you want to be treated like an adult, you gotta act like one." Yeah, so what I think is that the aunt should definitely say something to her sister about what the daughter is doing, but let the sister know that she is definitely telling her this in confidence because she does not want to mess up the relationship with her niece. Wait a minute. Spot Snatcher, you said it starts with an F and ends with an S, and it's a 3-letter word? Country Carpenter says there's a B missing. What are you guys trying to say? What's going on, Country Carpenter? What are you trying to say, Spot Snatcher? That doesn't sound too promising. All right, there's a little pocket right there. Let's pop one over in that pocket and let's see. Let's see if anything's over in that pocket. Country Carpenter said you gotta check, it's free. Chin checks are free. You gotta check that chin. All right, as soon as we see Whipstick or the DQ Queen in the chat, we're gonna weigh this fish. Let me show you guys the fish that is currently in the live well. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If we have anybody new in the chat, type the word new. Type the word new in the chat if you are new to the channel. But here's the fish that we have so far, guys. But we should be getting a few more fish to the boat. See if anybody wants to walk away with some weekend cash while we do this thing called Bass for Cash, all right? It's not a big one, but it's about 14.5 inches. It's a keeper on this lake. And that's all it takes for Bass for Cash. I mean, that's all it takes for me to be out here having some fun. As long as I can feel that tug, set the hook, it's a good day. All right, Radio Nut. I have shown that fish like 3 times, I think, either 2 or 3 times since you've asked. Did you see it that time? Let me know if you saw it. Cecil said that's about a 1.36. All right, guys, so we're gonna fish all the way around here, and I see a little bump out right there with some rocks on it. Oh my God. If you see something, say something. If you see something, I need you guys to say it. Chef Boy says, money, you know Justina Voorhees, DQ Queen, is lurking. Hey guys, if you see something, I need you to say something. Oh my goodness, and we got him. We got him. Let's see what we got. It don't feel like a biggin. It's not a biggin. Look at it. It got some baby bendation. You guys see that? Look at the curvature. Do you see that? All right, what do you guys think before I bring it in? Is it a spotted bass or a largemouth? I already saw what it is. All right, let's flip him. Oh my goodness. Bam. Uh-oh, wait a minute. We might have another keeper, guys. And it got the red eye on him. Let's see if we can get that hook out. And it has the red eye. What does that mean? Does it mean it might have a friend over there with him? All right, there we go. Let's put it on the scale and see. We might have two participants for Bass for Cash. If this one is 14, it's gonna be right at 14. Bam, look at that, guys. We got another keeper. Right at 14. You guys have 2 chances to win. But it's a spot. Let me feel that tongue right there. Yep, has the little spikes on it. But you can tell just by looking at it, for those that don't know. All right, there we go. Y'all have 2 chances to win. It's whipstick in the chat. Whipstick. How many fish are we gonna do today? Did anybody notice that we have whipstick in the chat? Cecil said 111. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Whipstick said they don't want this money. Is it the whipstick? Yes, sir. Spot Snatcher says it's a spot. That was right. Hooks on Fishing said it was a spot. Chef Boy said whipstick, aka wiffle ball bat. 2K said it's jerkbait time. He said, what's up with that? It's jerkbait time. Blaster said it had, oh yeah, it had that red eye. Spot Snatcher says if it does, it still fanned a nest for a long tail. It's perfect. Shout out to Boyan. He said, let's go, let's get it. Boyan said, give us that money. Uh-oh, Whipstick, I think you're in trouble. It sounds like they want that money this weekend. Is there some parties or something going on this weekend? What's the word? Why y'all want this money so bad this weekend? What's happening? What kind of plans do y'all have? Shout out to Cheetos. He says, I just want to say praise Jesus for dying for his sins. Amen. Shout out to Cheetos back in the chat. We got Bauer in the chat. Says, where is this? I am on Lake Lanier in Georgia. Hooks on Fishing says, when are y'all doing another live tournament? Y'all just had me laughing all morning. We got another one coming up. The next one that we're going to do is going to be on Lanier, the lake that I'm on right now. Just trying to get some things lined up as far as schedules and weather and stuff like that. Boyan says, I'm going to Bass Nation Regionals next week. He said he needs some money for gas. Uh-oh, Whipstick. They said they want that money. You have anything to say about that? Spot Snatcher says, Good Friday. Doubles the money, right? Money team doubles the money. That's all you need, right, Spot Snatcher? It looks like you have a badge. So for anybody that does not know, when you hear me referring to the money team, those are the people that have the badges next to their name. The money team are the members of the channel. And membership does have its privileges. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to participate in Bass for Cash, all right? But those people that are members of the channel, they get 2 guesses per fish. All right, everybody else, you get 1. You just try to slide 2 in there and see what happens. Just try it. I want somebody to try it. Go ahead and try it. Put 2 guesses in there and see what happens to you. All right? And they also get double the payout. So right now, there's a total of $140 in the pot. Shout out to Spot Snatcher, because he threw a $40 bill in that pot for you guys, all right? So with each fish that is caught, there's $20 up for grabs. If you are a member of the money team, it's doubled. So there's $40 up for grabs. But remember, all you have to do to participate is subscribe. Subscribing is free. All you do is just double tap your screen, and you should see some fireworks or something like that come on the screen, all right? Dottie says she wants that money. I'm just going to call, that's pilots in the chat. I love 21 Pilots so much. What is that? But shout out to 21 Pilots. Whipstick said, they don't want this money. Whipstick is not worried. Pilot said, I subbed and like this is so cool. Okay, it's a band. All right, 21 Pilots is a band. I might have to check their Has anybody else heard of that band? 21 Pilots. I love 21 Pilots. Well, I guess it's 21 Pilots is the band. Anybody else heard of that band? Cheeto says it's a beautiful day to fish for sure. For sure. All right, shout out to Spot Snatcher. He said he's heard of 21 Pilots. All right, so Spot Snatcher, what is your favorite 21 Pilots song? And I guess I should ask, I love 21 Pilots. What is your favorite 21 Pilots song? I have to use one of their songs on one of my videos. Shipper says, I win on both the 120 or the 100. What is that? All right. 21 Pilots says they talk about Jesus in their songs sometimes, so I don't know. If you're not Christian, you might not like it. Let me see. Says my favorite 21 Pilots song is The Message Man or Nico. Nico and the Miners. Let me see. The Message Man or Nico and the Miners. I think I like the sound of Nico and the Miners, so I'm going to check that one out. All right, we're still just easing along. We got 2 fish in the boat. We got twice the chance for you guys to win. Patricia says they are searching for one of our pilots that got shut down. Oh, my goodness. That is not good. Was he able to parachute out? Was he able to eject? Shout out to Rylan. We got Rylan in the chat. Man, where the fish is at? Well, actually, guys, I am not to the area where when I was heading back here. Oh, you know what? There's a patch of rocks right over there. You guys see that? We're going to fish that. We're going to skip this area over here. After we get to this little point, we're gonna skip to that patch of rocks over on the other side. All right. 21 Pilot says the drummer is Josh Dunn and the other is Tyler, is the singer. Okay. All right. Patricia says there were 2 and 1 has been found. All right. So was the one that was found, is he okay? What's the status on that, Patricia? Ooh, it looks like I may need to back off of this little tree right here because I think I might see some suspended fish over there. I sure do. Yeah, some suspended fish over there. We'll see. Ronald says, what fish you looking for? Oh, man, no. Okay, well, we got it loose. All right, we're out here hunting. Right now, we're in an area where we can catch spotted bass or largemouth. Boyan said he's looking for the money fish. Oh, I don't need that 7-pounder today. As long as they 14 inches or better, we're good for bass for cash. But the next time you see me on the lake fishing a tournament, best believe I'm looking for that 7-pounder. So we've just been fishing things taking it a little slow today. We don't have a lot of wind. The sun isn't really out, so that isn't too big of a factor. But we don't have too much ripple on the water. You guys see the water's kind of calm. Let's make sure this is all the way on the bottom. Nothing. Can you believe it? Man, there should have been something on that laydown right there. Looks like I see some crappie over there, though. But that's not what we're looking for. I don't need a sandwich. We need some bass for these cash. Bass with his cash. Country Carpenter says he is looking for a fighting fish on the Ducket Rod. Yep, there we go. Shout out to Ducket Rod. Yeah, somebody was asking about getting discounts on the products. Remember, if you go to ducketfishing.com and anything that you buy, once you get your shopping cart together, just use the discount code MoneyBass, all right? If you use the discount code MoneyBass, you'll get 15% off of everything that you purchase, all right? So keep that in mind. Uh-oh, are you guys ready? Shout out to Whipstick. He says, let's hit 1 on the scales. Patricia said, you smell those crappy beds? All right, Whipstick, you ready? When I see Whipstick type ready, he said, let's get 1 on the scales. All right, let me ease on over here. Boy said, let's go. All right, let's get it, guys. All right, so first, well, you guys already know that the fish itself is 14.5 inches. But I will take it out again and put it on the measuring board. For anybody that is new to the channel, we are about to go to subscriber-only mode. So remember, all it takes is to be a subscriber to the channel to participate. It does not cost anything, but make sure you've read the rules of engagement so you don't get DQ'd and you know how to get paid. You can't get paid if you don't follow the rules. All right, Whipstick, when you are ready, you can say scales officially open. There we go. This is fish number 1, guys. Remember, you have 2 minutes. Goodness, man, this thing's put water right in my mouthpiece. All right, there we go. You guys see it? This fish, it's a little under 14 and a half. He shrunk a little bit, but all he had to be was 14 to be a legal fish on this lake. As soon as you see, all right, the scales are now officially open. You guys have 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we're gonna weigh that fish. If you have guessed the exact weight of that fish, you can walk away with some cash for your pocket. Courtesy of SWAT Lawn Operations, guys. Now, SWAT Lawn Operations, we need a way to put your information in the chat. So SWAT Lawn Operations is a veteran-owned and operated outdoor landscaping, lawn and landscaping company. They are one of the original sponsors of this thing we call Bass for Cash. So we have to continue to support the companies, the people, and the businesses that support us, the fishing community, guys. SWAT Lawn Operations is definitely one of them. Oh my God, Spot Snatcher, what happened? Oh no. Oh no, is the DQ Queen gonna pop up? Spot Snatcher. It's not gonna turn out well. Is the DQ Queen in the chat? Because you know the DQ Queen pops up and she gets people. Remember, one guess and one guess only. One time and one time only. If you put multiple guesses in the chat, you will be DQ'd. You put your guess in there one time and one time only, guys. All right, how much time is left on the shot clock? Oh my goodness. Spot Snatcher. What were you thinking, bud? What happened? Whip Six says, Spot Snatcher, you are DQ'd for too many guesses. That's right, guys. You can only put your one guess in there one time. If you are a member of the money team, you get 2 guesses, but you can only enter it one time. You cannot spam the chat without consequences. Well, look at Whipstick sliding in. Oh, my goodness. Wait a minute. Brad, are you laughing? All right, the scales are officially closed, guys. Scales are officially closed. Let's go ahead and put this fish on the scale. Drop it into FishXLive just so we know what happened on this day sometime in the future. All right, so you guys see that right there? We are 0. All right, you guys see it? We are zeroed out. Zeroed out. Now, I think this fish is going to be about a 132. I'm going to go with a 132, guys. Ooh, I was close. We locked in at a 138. 138. 138 is the winning number. Do we have somebody that guessed a 138. If we do, it looks like you may have walked away with some bass for that cash. I mean, some cash for that bass. Ooh, Cecil 6. Cecil was close. Do we have an official winner? Chef Boy said no official winner. We're waiting for confirmation from Whipstick himself. Chef Boy said no official winner. We're waiting for confirmation from Whipstick himself. All right, let's go ahead and snap a quick picture. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and let this one go. Let's make a quick video. How about that? All right, we're gonna go ahead and let this one go. Quick video. How about that? Oh, look at the little baby. Do you see it? We just got finished doing bass for cash, but nobody wanted that money. Let's see if you're a jumper. You gonna jump for the people today? Nope. All right, there we go, guys. All right, you guys still have another chance to win. Whipstick, did you confirm that there was no official winner? Aw, look at the little baby. Do you see? We just got finished doing bass for cash, but nobody wanted that money. All right. All right, let's take another look in the chat. What are you guys talking about? Whipstick said yes. No official winner. That is messed up. Blaster put 138, 138. Dottie said missed it by 0.01. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Dottie. Whipstick said they don't want this money. Whipstick, how many times are you gonna let them know that nobody won? Whipstick said no official winner twice. He said he's making sure to let y'all know that y'all didn't want this money. Whipstick said it's y'all fault. Whipstick said if y'all wanted that money, all you had to do was just guess the weight of the fish. Whipstick is saying, how hard can it be, people? He said SWAT law and operations cannot give away that money. Blaster said Dottie's on fire. Look at Blaster. Hey, Dottie. Blaster gets in here and is like, hey, Dottie, how you doing? Chef Boy says, we got one more fish, right? Yes, sir. Whipstick said, my money is safe on this show. Hey, Whipstick, talk to the people about SWAT law and operations. What type of services are most needed right now? Because, goodness, this pollen got my throat. With it now coming in season, you hear a lot of lawnmowers getting started up and all that kind of stuff. So what kind of services are people needing right now? Blaster says gonna do like the Price is Right. And just stay right around whatever number Dottie is guessing. Dottie said, hey, I'm coming for that money today. She said, I ain't for play. She said she want that money. All right, we're just gonna idle over here to this other patch of rocks and trees. Boyan, did Boyan put his guess in the chat? What was your guess, Boyan? What did you guess? Drew, what is going on in the chat today? Whipstick says SWAT lawn operations. At this time, we are spraying weed killer. Lots of weeds in lawns and flower beds. Okay, so you're getting everything prepped for the spring and the summertime. Boyan says, my eyes were too big. He has 1.58. Okay. All right, all right. All right, we're still sticking with the shaky head, guys. Oh, my goodness. Whipstick, talk to Drew. Whipstick, will you talk to Drew, please? Hey, is Patricia still in the chat? Is Patricia still in the chat? Okay, there you go. Patricia, are you 18? I saw you put something about 18 in the chat. Are you really 18, or were you saying that was the example from the scenario that we're talking about today? So I guess Drew, I guess you were right. Oh man. All right, I don't know if it's gonna work this time, but because it felt like it got behind. Oh goodness, look at that, Boyan, you're the man. It worked again. It worked again. How is that so? Patricia said that's an Alice Cooper song. What's the Alice Cooper song? Patricia said in the 18th century. Patricia's like, let me speak in code. All right, so we got some rocks. We got some laydowns right over here. Man, this should definitely be largemouth territory, right? Man, if I had known I was going to be fishing stuff like this, I would have had my jig ready. Look, I bought some brand new jigs. You see those packets right there? I just bought some jigs. I don't even have the trailers or anything on them yet, because I was planning on getting my taking my jig set up out of the tackle box to assist in catching that 7-pounder. Oh man. I don't know if this one's stuck on rocks or stuck on some of those limbs that are over there. But I hate it. Looks like I'm gonna have to go closer this time. Whipstick says SWAT lawn operations at this time. We are pressure washing driveways and patios, but they don't pressure wash houses. All right, so you guys see that SWAT lawn operations, they are a full service. I guess you're not just a landscaping company, But you do landscaping, lawn care, pressure washing. Let's see, what am I hung on? Whipstick, can you talk to Drew again, please? Okay, there we go. We got it. Blessed is service with all the trimmings. Oh, no. No. Chipper says, money trying to see if it's monsters over there. I was trying. Bradley said, roll the spinnerbait around. There goes some bait fish. All right. I haven't seen that in a while. Oh, my God. And there go the fish we've been looking for. Okay. Okay. All right. So we got some fish on this point right here. Now let's see if they'll bite. Now, for me, when I come back off the main lake like these coves and stuff, guys, most of the time, I don't catch real big fish. I don't catch fish in like the 3-pound range and stuff like that. Shout out to Drew. He says, good luck, be safe. Me and the wife going to get some food. All right, really appreciate you for swinging through. Getting active in the chat as always. Blaster says small water charters have been pulling some monsters. Yes, small water charters is down there on Okeechobee. A 3-pounder there is considered a dink. Patricia said, do you know what a bass bed looks like? I sure do, but I'm not good going around scouting and finding those things. I've just never taken the time to focus on bed fishing and stuff like that before. All right, drop a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I see Shep was saying, did I hit mute? I have not. You guys should still be able to hear me. Maybe I was in deep thought about something. Shout out to Hooks on Fishing. Appreciate that. Boyan says, you're good. We can hear you. Okay. Good deal. You guys see these laydowns aside of the water right now? I caught a fish during one of the lives over there before. Spot Snatcher says, you won't see most of these, the spots beds. Yeah, I heard that they bed in like 15, 20 feet of water or something like that, right? All right. All right, let's move and go fish a shoal marker now. We're going to keep inching along until we find them. So we're doing something different today, guys. Doing something a little different. Now, if I wasn't so lazy, I'd run up where Spot Snatcher is talking about, because when things slow down for me on this end of the lake, generally I do run up a little bit above that bridge, run up towards Little Hall and areas like that. All right, let's try the shoal marker now. Blast said, yeah, you were in deep thought. Yeah, I guess I was. I was zoned out for a minute. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Did I miss something? Also, they said DQ in the house. Who got DQ'd? Or where's DQ? I don't see the DQ queen in the chat. Stuck in the rocks. And just like that, it popped right back out. Shout out to Bo Yen for the info. Spotchner said, you're going to be out dodging raindrops. Is it supposed to rain tomorrow? Yep, tomorrow is going to be a non-fishing day for me. I got some things to do, some places to be, and I got to be there. All right, Bo Yen said, you're fishing a pot tournament from Little Hall tomorrow. Okay. Look at that, just like that. Spotchner says, this is an open tournament. Spotchner says, I want some of that money. Patricia says, are you on the west side? I'm on the south side. This might be the west side. 2 mile, 4 mile, 6 mile. Man, this water is real low right now. I didn't even check the water level. Did anybody know how many feet below full pool Lake Lanier is right now? Patricia said, that's the wrong side. Wow, 5 feet below full pool. I didn't adjust my electronics or anything. Uh-oh, I may have let that one get pulled into the rocks. Oh, it still came out. Look at that. That's amazing. Boy, he says, Spot Snatcher, I can get you in if you want to fish. It's $40 per boat, a team tournament. All right, the rocks beat it up pretty bad that time. So let's go ahead and retie. Oh, man. Man, I can't believe I'm not really seeing too much activity or anything. Shout out to Big Ro. Big Ro says, I want in. Patricia says, 3 feet below full pool is normal. Shout out to Texas Snoop. We still got one more fish to weigh, Texas Snoop. We're just waiting to say the word. He already told y'all you don't want this money anyway. Texas Snoop said, hey, well, I'm back and I want that money. That's what they all say, Texas Snoop. That's what they all say. Whipstick said he ain't even worried today. He said, y'all don't want this money. All right, let's make one more cast over here, then we're gonna keep on moving. Oh, we got him. Oh, no, no, no. We had the hard tap too, guys. We had the hard tap, but he didn't hold on to it. We need to put a little bit of stank on there, and we're gonna go back and get him. Don't say it, Whipstick. You know what, Whipstick? Just for that, somebody's gonna win the next one. Somebody is gonna win the next weigh-in on Bass for Cash. What you think about that, Whipstick? Somebody is gonna win. Oh, you don't think that's funny now, do you, Whipstick? He didn't like that one, Patricia. Whipstick said, not worried at all. They don't want this money. Boyan says, we do want that money. Text Noop said, good to read, Whip. So that means I won't be getting on the DMP list. What's the DNP list? All right, one more cast and we're going to keep on moving. And I think the fish, if it's over there, it should be right there in that spot. What's going on? 250 says, so far, so good. Oh, we got a tappy tap, guys. Just playing with it, though. I had to go ahead and hit him in the chin. I had to check him, guys. But I don't know if that was just small fish, a small bass, or a brim, or what. So let's keep on moving. All right, let's run to another spot now. This next area we go to, we should catch something over here. I think I'm gonna tie on my my wacky rig too. Whipstick said, put that bad boy on the scales. All right, guys, we're about to weigh the next fish as soon as I stop at this next spot. All right, guys, we are in subscriber only mode already. Scales, Whipstick, as soon as you're ready, you can announce scales open. We are still in subscriber only mode. All right, Whipstick, here we go. The next fish up. It's not a biggin, but it's worth an $80 bill. And look at that, it is right at 14 inches, guys. It is a line burner. Can you see that? Come on, bud, don't try to get away. All right, it's a line burner right at 14 inches. All right, Whipstick, once you guys see scales officially open, you have 2 minutes to put your guesses in the chat. Boyan says, I have a secret spot in 6 Mile for you if you want it. It's a secret. All right, the scales are officially open, guys. You have 2 minutes to put your guesses in the chat. Let's see, will Whipstick hit somebody with DQ again? Whipstick said, I ain't scared to DQ somebody. Oh, look at that. When those scales opened up, a few more people joined into chat. How about that? I think a few more people was like, hey, I want that money. Boyan says they do want that money. We got Fish for Dollars back in the chat. Oh, we got Bass Hunter slid right on in too. Say, let me take a swing at it. Whipstick said the scales are now officially closed, guys. The scales are closed. All right, we're gonna go back here and weigh this fish. All right, let's weigh him, guys. Let's see, do we have a winner? Those guys just rolled by, screamed out, MoneyBass. That was pretty funny. All right, here we go, guys. Now, I think this one's gonna weigh a little bit less than the other one. I'm gonna go with a one, goodness, 129, guys. No, I'm gonna go with a 133. 133. All right, so we're zeroed out. City Man said, dang, I missed it. All right, we're zeroed out. I said 133. Let's see what we got. Oh, I should have stuck with what I said at first, huh? 123. 123 is what we got. Bam. Do we have a winner at 123? City Man said, we're ready to win some of that cash. 123 is where we're at. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. Whipstick. Whipstick, I told you. Somebody was going to win on the next one because you laughed at me. Oh, my goodness. Was it Fishing for Dollars? If Fishing for Dollars won, Fishing for Dollars is walking away with $80 a weekend cash. Whipstick's about to say, shut her down. Shut her down, MoneyBass. Oh, goodness, Whipstick's going to tell you to shut her down, guys. Shut her down. Whipstick said Fishing for Dollars is the official winner. Oh, my God. It looks like somebody did want that money. It didn't take much, but they walking away with some cash for this bass right here. Now, let's see if this fish will jump for us. Nope. All right, and just like that. Oh, my goodness. Fishing for Dollars said that's the third time Whipstick said MoneyBass shut her down. Oh, my goodness. Don't be like that, Whipstick. Don't be like that to the peoples. Whipstick said shut her down. Oh, no. Fishing for Dollars said Bass for Cash is real. I guess I shouldn't left it sitting out there, huh? Oh, there we go. Oh, my goodness. Fishing for Dollars said that is the third time. Wow. What you got to say about that, Whipstick? Whipstick said shut her down. Patricia said re-gifted. Now, if that gets re-gifted, that'll put the pot up to $120. And I think that's what Patricia's been waiting on. She likes those triple digits. Whipstick says shut her way down. Ah, Whipstick, is it shut down for real? Is the is the Bass for Cash closed out for the day for Good Friday? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. This is a good one. This thing is losing its mind. What is going on with that? That thing hit it with a vengeance and took off with it. It's a good one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do you see that right there? That right there is what we call bendation. Now this fish hit it and took off. Do you see that? And it's coming towards us now, guys. It's coming towards us. Do you see that right there? That right there is what we call bendation. Oh, and it felt good. If it feels good like that, the bendation is sensational. There we go. You see him? Do you see him down there? Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one, guys. Look at that. This is not a catfish, people. This fish is a fighter, just like Tyson. Oh, and I can't flip him. This fish is like, you got me in the lip, but you're not going to disrespect me with the flip. So let's get the net. Let's get the net on him. Come on, right on over here. Oh, shoot. Whoo. Come back, come back. One more time. Oh, and I missed it again. Oh, and I missed him again. No. Oh, goodness, we got him that time. And it got some weight on it. It got some weight on it. This one has some weight on it, guys. Do you see that right there? Whipstick, is Bass for Cash closed? That is a good one. Let me just put it on the measuring board for you. Let me put it on the measuring board for you. Whipstick said he got to speak to the CFO to see if it's closed down. And it is sitting right at 18 inches, guys. Do you see that? This fish hit that thing with a vengeance. It hit it like it owed, like I owed it some money. Maybe I do owe it some money. Oh my God. Texas News said that once those scales opened up, the number of people went up. There we go. That was a good one. It was a good one. The fight was good. Man, I guess I came to the right spot at the right time, right? Look at Fishing for Dollars. Nice one, Money. Nice one. Fishing for Dollars feeling all happy right now. Walking away with some cash for that bass. Remember, guys, all it takes is a 14-inch bass to make some things happen out here. Let's see what that is out there. Are we gonna get a nutting? Fisherman Doll says it's been a minute. Whipstick said this is the last Bass for Cash for Good Friday. All right, so Fishing for Dollars has emptied out the pocket. I mean, emptied out well, almost emptied it out. Man, now that was a good fight right there. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one on the replay. Whipstick says, shut her down, MoneyBass. Shut her down. Shut her down, MoneyBass. You out there catching too many fish. The people said they do want that money. Did Fishing for Dollars confirm that payout? Shout out to the money team. Being a money team member does actually have its privileges. Fishing for Dollars was able to put 2 guesses in the chat. So he had twice the chance to win. But remember, it doesn't cost anything for you guys to participate. But I always have to do a little something special for the members of the channel. They get 2 guesses per fish and twice the payout. So Fishing for Dollars walked away with an $80 bill. It's probably enough to pay for a year's worth of membership, ain't it? 250 says, good rip on that lip. Oh, yeah. Man, listen. That thing hit it and just immediately took off. All right, Whipstick. So this last fish that we have, is that the last Bass for Cash fish of the day? Are we doing one more? Patricia said that fish is 1.5 feet. It's almost 2 feet. I hit it in the lip and got it with the flip. Bam. All right, let's put that one right there. Just right there, right up there close to those rocks. All right, so Fishing for Dollars, you said you've won 3 times. What are the 3 amounts that you have won? All right, let's take a look at that fish again, guys. Now, this fish was going crazy. I mean, really, when that thing hit, I thought it was a big catfish the way that it was fighting. That thing was all over the place. You guys see that? Look at the size on it. Look at the width on her. She got some girth on her. She got some, that's a good one right there. Whipstick says, Dottie, the last fish that was caught. All right. Fish for $1 says 40, 60, and now 80. Oh, my goodness. All right, Whipstick, you just let me know when you're ready to weigh that last fish. All right, guys, let's go through here and play around with this live scope for a second. See if I can turn the gain down a little bit. What is this? Let's put it out to 90 feet. So what are the 2 settings? Gain is 1. And then the other one is noise reject. Let's turn that off. Appearance, color limit. Let's try that on 50. All right, Whipstick said, all right, let me go ahead and pay Fishing for $1 and get her done. All right, let's see, depth range gain. Let's go back in the sonar setup. I already said noise reject, put that on low. All right, we'll do noise reject low. All right, let's see, noise reject. You said ghost low, ghost reject. All right, we'll try that on low. We'll try it. What is TVG? Time varying gain. We'll try that on low. over, let's see, installation appearance, trails, color limit, color gain. I had that on 80. Color limit, let's just see what that does. It clears it up a little bit, but sometimes clearing things up takes away stuff that you want to see. So let's just try these settings and see how things look now. Uh-oh. Boyan says, keep gain between 67 and 72. Gain is on 76 right now. Van said, put the noise reject on high. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep playing around with the settings, guys. So I'll leave it where it's at for now for a little bit, and then I'll play around with some of the stuff that you guys are suggesting just to see what we get. All right, let's go about 50 feet out. All right, guys, we only need 8 more likes to hit 100 for the day. Can we hit 100? If you have not hit the like button, please double tap your screen. Tap, just tap your screen twice. And let's see if we can get up to 100 likes for the day. We have one winner so far that walked away with a nice $80 bill. Oh, my goodness. $250 says, y'all are some knowledgeable guys. I'm learning. All right, and again, guys, if you like these rods and stuff that you see me using, rods, different types of gear and stuff like that, you can get 15% off. So it's worth taking a look at. Just go to ducketfishing.com, ducketfishing.com. Can you see that? ducketfishing.com. Once you put your items in the shopping cart, use discount code MoneyBass. Discount code MoneyBass will get you 15% off of your entire purchase, all right? Anytime I'm able to bring any discounts to you guys or products that I think will be helpful, I try to put that information in the description. So make sure you always check out the links in the description also, all right? Patricia said, go gadget. Boyan says, let me know where and when, and I'll set up that garment for you. Okay, all right, I'll keep that in mind. Blasted says, MoneyBass is like Batman with all those gadgets in his utility belt. Eastbound Dog said, the bite is on fire at Clark's Hill. Oh, my goodness. So what kind of, what size fish are you hearing being caught out of there, Eastbound? Has anybody caught any 7-pounders, 7+ pounders recently that you've been hearing about? Patricia said Bitcoin. What are y'all talking about Bitcoin? Let's see. I have my depth on 50. What is it? 54. Let's go down some. Yeah, oh my God, look at that bait ball, guys. There's a bait ball out there with bass right on it. So we're gonna chase that bait ball for a second and see if we can get something out of there. Where did it go? All right, there it goes right there. Shout out to M4 Fishing, says, gotta love those ducket rods. Oh yeah, they have a good amount of bendation to it. You guys see it, they get the job done. Whipstick said, fishing for dollars, please confirm payment. Oh my goodness, sounds like somebody has some money going in there. Boyan says, throw that minnow on them. I'm throwing it. I'm throwing it. But I don't see the bass in there anymore. Where'd those bass go? And I do need to kind of get my, let me see. All right, there it goes at 40. Okay. That has some good, Eastbound Dog says, switched over to Garmin, I see. Yes, sir. Trying something new for 2026. All right, there they go, right out there. Let's see. Come on, bud. They followed it back, but did not hit it. But I wasn't really fishing it right either. But they're out there feeding on that bait ball. The bait ball's going crazy. They eating this money bass. They eating. Uh-oh, shout out to Whipstick. He said, let's go ahead and weigh it. All right, so we're about to weigh the next fish, guys. Do you want this money or not? What you think, Whipstick? You think they want the Whipstick, do you think they want the money? Whipstick got kind of quiet on y'all. Whipstick, like, why you do me like that, Money Bass? I told you the next one was gonna win with Whipstick. All right, guys. Now this right here is a good one. Oh my goodness, look at it. Woo! And it's mad. Whipstick said maybe they do want that money. All right, what do we say? This one is 18 inches. All right, Whipstick. As soon as you see me put him on this measuring board, we can go ahead and open the scales. We are still in subscriber only mode, guys. All right, I want to give a big shout out to FishXLive.com. Make sure you guys go and check that out. All right, we're sitting at 18 inches. Whipstick, you can open the scales. When you guys see scales officially open, you have 2 minutes to put your guess in the chat. All right, there we go. It has some girthification on it too. A full 18 inches. Scales are officially open, guys. Scales are officially open. You have 2 minutes. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to get back up here and do some more fishing. M4 says, so do you like the Garmin better? I can't really tell yet. It's not like there's a big mate. See, I had the Mega Live 1 too. So think about that. I had the Mega Live 1. But remember, I've only had this for 1 week. I'm 1 week in. So my settings may not even be right yet. But it's not something to me that is just jumping out and being like, wow, this one is way better. I'm not seeing that yet. All right, are the scales still open? Looks like you guys started slowing down. So take a look. See, there's a fish right there. Oh, goodness, I keep forgetting I have a touch screen too. So fish is sitting out there at 55, 60 feet. So with my hummingbird, I can still see that fish real good. All right, so it's sitting out there at 50. Let's put that right out there to it and see what they do. All right, the scales are officially closed. What's going on, Zaffron? Got Zaffron back in the chat. All right, scales are closed. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. All right, so this is the biggest one of the day. We're gonna see if anybody wanted to walk away with some of that money. All right, shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. Again, you know, I'm gonna drop a post with the contact information for SWAT Lawn Operations. If anybody is in the Conyers, Metro Atlanta area at all, you want to reach out to SWAT Lawn Operations for all of your outdoor lawn care needs and stuff like that, all right? All right, so here we go. All right, so I think this fish, is it gonna be, yeah, I think this is a 3. It's a 3. I'm gonna go with a 3-1-2. I don't think it's in the high 3s, but I think it's gonna hit 3. All right, here we go. Ooh, look at that. 3.08. 3.08. It's a good one. 3.08, guys. Let me go ahead and take a picture with this one so we can mark this location. We're going to enter these in FishXLive too, so that way I know where to come back to and what to throw, which is not going to be a big surprise on this one. All right, let's spin the boat around so I can get a better picture. No official winner. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nobody guessed the biggin'? Nobody guessed it. I think Whipstick was a little scared to say that y'all didn't want the money, but I guess y'all didn't want this money. All right. Whipstick said they don't want this money, or Whipstick is back. He said they don't want this money. Now, this is what fun looks like out here on Lake Lanier. Bam. All right, we're going to do a quick picture. And now let's do a quick video for the peoples. Now, this is what a good day looks like on Lake Lanier. Oh, yeah, spotted bass catches. Let's go ahead and send it back to the lake, see if it wants to jump for y'all. All right, go ahead and talk to him. Woo! All right, did you guys see that one? Let me take a look at that video. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I missed it again. Oh my goodness, guys. Whipstick says, shut her down. He said shut her down. He said shut her down. Y'all scared Whipstick off. How about that? Bass for Cash now closed. So guess what we're still doing? We're still fishing, but we're still fishing for fun, guys. We're gonna have some fun with it. Whipstick said shut up, money. Whipstick, you laughed at me. What did Whipstick do, guys? In the chat, what did Whipstick do that made me say there's gonna be a winner on the next one? Did he laugh at me or something? I think Whipstick was laughing at me. What's going on, Brandon? He said still lining them out. We still making her happen. Getting it done out here. We got 21 Pilot says, yo, I'm back. Blaster says, I was helping a coworker jump her car and missed both Bass for Cash. Oh my goodness. That's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing. Boyan says, no gas money for me. Zaffer says, what lure are you using? So I caught both of those fish on a shaky head. Same thing, guys. We threw a few other baits, but it's just something about your partner money bass and that shaky head. $21 said, did I listen to it? I have not. We've been out fishing. We've been out here doing this thing called Bass for Cash. Yeah, if you play music during your live, YouTube will get you. So I have to wait. All right, it's been a good day, guys. We had a good time out here. Eastbound Dog says, when am I coming back to Clarks Hill? Well, the Rod Benders Bass Club, my bass club that I'm in, we're scheduled to be there on the 25th and 26th of this month. But I will not be able to make it because I will be at another event. But I really did want to come because that's where I was going with anticipation of catching my 7-pounder, because I know they have some good ones out there on Clarks Hill. So we shall see. Brandon says, do you fish casting for kids? I do not. Who hosts that? Who runs that? Because I've heard of it, but I've never been to it before. Elijah said, isn't that through Bass? I'm not sure. So Whipstick is gone. He said, shut her down, MoneyBass, shut her down. All right, guys. What I think I want to do is just spend the rest of the time that I'm out here kind of playing around with the units and stuff like that, which would probably be boring for you guys. Oh, my God. Oh, man, we had another one. We had another one, guys. Whoo. Let me see something. Oh, yeah, we had another one, guys. I think we're about to catch another fish right now. I think we're about to get another one. Let me get my cash right where it needs to be. And we about to make it happen. I should have put some stank on it, but I don't know if I need it. We're about to get another one. Come on over here and talk to me so I can introduce you to the money team. Oh, man, I guess we would have caught another one if I didn't get hung up, huh? Man, looks like we got to go and get it. So I'm about to mess up the spot, guys. Man, that's terrible. Let's see if I can go about around them. See if that'll work. Oh, man, Tim, we're going to have to break this one off. I don't want to do it. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to break it off, guys. Don't you just hate it when you gotta break something off? All right, let's ease on back out here so we can retie. Boy, and said run to the 6-mile bridge. Oh, you know, I do need to, because I remember before I had the Starlink, that area over there was very, very bad with reception. But I have a feeling that it'll still be bad because of those power lines that are over there. Because I've noticed that whenever I go near bridges and power lines, that the reception is still kind of bad. So I think that kind of interferes with things. But yeah, I'm not going over there today because I'm lazy. I don't feel like running over there. But maybe next time, just so I can check out and see how things are working over there. But what I'm about to do is just kind of stay out here and play around with these settings. and just see what I can get figured out. Oh man, they over there jumping too, guys. I have a feeling that the fish are about to start biting pretty good. Shout out to Country Carpenter, says, well, until another time. All right, so we've been having a good time out here, guys. What was that big fish? The biggest fish today was a 308 or 309? Spot Snatcher says, let me know when you decide to go north. And most of the time when I come out here, Spot Snatcher, I'm just flying around. Oh my goodness, we had a little baby followed all the way back to the boat. Maybe in a tournament, I might go all the way up there, you know, go past that big bridge. But most of the time when I'm out here just playing around, hanging out with the chat, I'm just out here for a good time, not a long time. Boyan says, those docks left of the bridge are sitting next to the old creek channel. Loaded with fish, had 5 on Tuesday. Their biggest was 311. Oh man, don't tell me we got hung up again. Luckily, I didn't pull too tough. Let's see if we can get it back out. There we go, just like that. All right, appreciate it, guys. We got over 100 likes today. Today was a good day. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate the strong support of the channel. And we're growing, guys. We're back moving again. We're headed to 20,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers now. So after today, we'll probably be above 19.5. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and double tap the screen. Give us a like. And if you could, slide on through and hit that subscribe button so you'll receive some notifications when we'll be back once again doing this thing called Bass for Cash. Hopefully we'll probably be back on Monday. I know I'm not going to be out here tomorrow, and then I think Sunday. It's either Saturday or Sunday supposed to be raining. What's going on? We got Tom Mix tuning in. Good to see you back in the chat. Fisher for Dollar says today was a good day. I bet. He got some dollars and wasn't even fishing. How about that? All right, it's a lay down right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I put that right there. Oh my goodness, did we have a hit? Did we get a hit? I was talking and looking the other direction. Boyan says Sunday is rain all day. All right, so I guess it sounds like I'll see you guys on Monday. We'll be back on Monday. Let me get right back over there because I couldn't tell if I got a hit right there on that laydown. You guys see it right there? But I can't wait to go back and watch the replay today because that 309, The way that that thing hit, it hit it like I owed it some money. Ooh, they're schooling out there, guys. They're schooling. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. All right, we're gonna ease on over here and fish these laydowns right here. You guys see that? Come on, give me that old tappy tap. Ooh, there's some fish over there. I can see them suspended. All right, let me slow it down a little bit. We're gonna get right in there in that laydown. All right, let's slow it down. Let's just see if there's anybody home over here. All right, so we were able to come out here today, get some fish to the boat, help out an auntie, a daughter, and a mom situation, and watch Fishing for Dollars walk away with an $80 bill. So was today a good Friday? I think it was. I think it was a good Friday today. $250 says, any day my toes aren't permanently pointed towards the sky is a good day. Not permanently, huh? All right, so today we threw a swim bait, top water. We threw a jerk bait. Of course, we threw the shaky head. And what do we have over here? I didn't throw either one of those today. So that was pretty much it. So how many different things is that? Let's see. Yeah, top water, swim bait, jerk bait. What's on that one that's hanging over here? Oh, and that minnow bait. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different baits today. Biggest fish was 3.08. Patricia says, I ain't afraid of dying. I just don't want to be there when it happens. Man, that's a big fish sitting right there. What is that? Whatever it was not interested in what I was throwing. Let's try him one more again. All right, let's scan this dock. See what's on this dock over here. Nothing. All right, so I'm gonna head back out here to this point and play around with these. We got suspended fish out there. We have fish on the bottom. All right, so it is 5:09, guys. Put another 6 minutes on the shot clock. Let's see if we can catch one in 6 minutes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and spend a little me time out here, getting my units dialed in. So look at that. I have one on 360, another one on live imaging. And it's fun. Just have a little fun out here, guys. Patricia says, I know you're in there, you wascally wabbit. Because we're going to find you. Oh, my God. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. They're schooling right here in front of me. Oh, come on, bud. Get loose from there. No. They're schooling right here next to me. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I was almost ready, but not all the way ready. So I guess that does not count for anything. Man, what was over there chasing them? Let me throw this top water over there just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, we have 3 more minutes left on the shot clock, guys. 3 minutes left. Let me check this knot. What is going on with this knot? This knot is not right. Well, I'll retie it later because I don't feel like doing it now because we have 3 minutes left on the shot clock. We're trying to see if we can get a top water bite. Oh man, they're schooling out there now. So we're out here in the area where the fish are schooling at, guys. Oh, you said I never hooked my top water bait back to the rod, so that's why I got those twists in there. That is probably true. Let me go ahead and fix it real quick. No, actually, we still have 2 minutes left on the shot clock. And they're still schooling out there, but I know by the time I get out there, they will have stopped. So I'm gonna stay right here. See if I can get some of these fish in here that's still a little shallow to come up and hit it. Patricia says your trolling motor should not be on the same side of the bank you're fishing. What does that mean, Patricia? I don't understand that one. All right, I'll retie this in just a second. All right, guys, this is the official last cast. That's the last cast, guys. Spotshine says, but you got the spotlight to follow them. All right, guys. Last cast. Wait a minute, wait a minute. I got to do another cast, guys. I don't know if you can see that right there. About 30 feet out. Let's see if that'll get their attention. Oh, wait a minute. That was supposed to be the last cast, wasn't it? Oops. All right, this is the last cast, guys. All right, that's the last cast. The last cast didn't count because I put it over there when it should have been over here. But this time I put it right where it's supposed to be. So this is the official last cast. Tom Mix says it's no longer last cast, it's last fish. Oh, one last fish, huh? Let's see if we could do both same time. Last cast and last fish. We got Shadow Wolf tuning in. Wait a minute, what is going on? Oh, and they're schooling within distance now. Whew. All right, guys, that is all she wrote. So let me just show you guys the setup for today on my shaky head. I was throwing that on a 7'1" medium spin casting rod. I have a luge reel on there. This yellow line that's on here is 15-pound high vis yellow braided line. And I have that tied with an Alberto knot going to 12-pound fluorocarbon. All right. And then on the other end of that, I just put whatever your favorite shaky head lure is. So that's what we caught the fish on today. I'll show you the other setups that I was throwing out there. So that's the shaky head. So I was also throwing a top water bait, a little small, looks like a fleeing minnow bait. On this one, I have, let's see, oh, and I need to retie this one. I think this has, yeah, so this one has 15-pound braid on it also. And this is going to a 10-pound leader. See that knot? So I have to redo my knot. So I tie the braid to fluorocarbon together with an Alberto knot. This one is a 7-foot medium rod. So that's a 7-foot medium. I need something that has a little bit more pull to it than the medium light. Let's go ahead and put that. Well, no, I'll leave this one out because I have to retie that one. So we'll set this over here for now. And it will get stuck in the net. You see that? Why does stuff like that always happen? All right. So now, what was the other thing we're throwing? This minnow bait. So I was throwing a minnow bait. This one's probably a medium light. Yeah, so this is a 7-foot medium light. And this one is on, I believe this is 10-pound. Uh-oh. What did I flip? All right, there we go. So this one is on 10-pound braided line to 8-pound fluorocarbon. I tie an Alberto knot with that one too. So that's just a minnow bait that I throw on there. So I've had a little success with it. Shout out to Bo Yan. All right. Next up, we were throwing a +1 jerk bait. And on that one, it's probably a medium light also. I just want a little bit more action on that rod tip whenever I'm throwing that. So that's 7-foot medium. Same thing on this. This is 15-pound braid to, what is this? This is probably 10-pound. Generally, I throw on 8 or 10-pound fluorocarbon. And I tie those together with an Alberto knot. All right, now we're jumping over to the big guns. This right here is my Seville swim bait, custom painted by DBK Lures, all right? This is one of those staples out here on Lake Lanier when you're going after those herring lakes. Once those fish get active, you can burn this across the lake, burn this across the top of the water as fast as you can. Those fish will still catch up and hit it. I'm throwing this on a 7.6 medium heavy, 7.6 medium heavy. And I throw this on 12-pound monofilament is what I throw that on, 12-pound monofilament. I use a speed clip on there. You see that speed clip? That speed clip allows me to change this bait out pretty quick if I wanted to put something else on there. But generally, I only throw my Seville swim baits on this. So I have other Seville swim baits. Sometimes I'll throw it all white. Sometimes it'll be a custom painted one, but just different colors on it. So it really just depends. Maybe a blue and chrome or all chrome on chrome. You just never know. All right, so there we go. This is an 8-gear ratio reel that I use. And that's about it, guys. So any of this equipment that you guys want to take a look at, especially the rods, remember, I do have discount codes for you guys. So just go over to ducketfishing.com. Go to ducketfishing.com and you put in your shopping cart. Before you check out, use the discount code MoneyBass. Use discount code MoneyBass and you'll get 15% off of everything. Everything you purchase, you'll get 15% off. All right, guys, really appreciate you hanging out with me today. Want to give a big shout out to SWAT Lawn Operations. They are the sponsor of today's live stream. This thing we call Bass for Cash. Really appreciate it, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. And I'm about to head on out. Well, actually, I'm going to stay out here and play around with my electronics a little bit. We're going to have a little bit of fun. But I appreciate you and really appreciate everybody getting active and staying in the chat. Look at this beautiful day. Beautiful day. See you guys on the next live.